Wang back with another video on the Cinetopical channel. And just like every other YouTube channel out there, I'm about to plug my social media. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook for myself. Nate, the guy who usually does this with me. Big head, older guy, mid-40s. And the channel itself. Follow us on those social media links. Also got a coffee account and a Patreon to help pay the bills around here, keep the lights on, and to improve our YouTube video content for you, the viewer, at home or wherever you're at, because you might be watching on a mobile device. I don't know. But let's get down to the brass tacks. I gave Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage 4.8 out of 10 Wangs.
Why? 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 Why?
Because I am literally watching what is a dark film, serious story, but it has cartoon characters. I repeat, fucking cartoon characters.
Wait a minute!
How can you have a good, precise tone when your characters don't even know what movie they're in? I swear to sweet baby Jesus that the characters in the 90s Spider-Man animation, they're more serious than the characters in this movie.
Am I lying?
Andy Serkis, he should have got on a better page with the screenplay writer and came up with a story that actually fits these characters that he wanted them to be in. But he did not. And it hurt the movie a lot. What also didn't help the movie is whoever wrote the details of the movie. Because there's a lot of coincidences that happens in this film and it doesn't really add up. And it doesn't help me like these characters at all. Because everything's just so easy for them. They get to point A to point B. There's no challenge, there's no obstacle. And speaking of that, the only real obstacle in this film is Carnage. But at no point during the third act, I thought Carnage was going to lose. So where's the tension? Where is the tension? Because it's not in the third act where it should be. Where I should be on the edge of my seat thinking Venom's going to lose. No, it's like, oh, that's cool. They're going to do this. Venom's going to win. Makes sense. That's how I was sitting through the third act of this movie. It was not exciting. It was not edge of your seat entertainment.
I can't get jiggy with this shit!
Besides the investment that was lacking in the third act for me, the relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom was also lacking as well. It felt like these characters didn't leave the first movie, but everything else did. With that being said, there's no growth in their relationship on screen, it seems to me. And what's the fun in that? You could have had this amazing gritty crime film about this guy, Eddie Brock, interviewing the serial killer, not a cartoon version of a serial killer, and the demon inside of him, which in this case would be Venom, wants to kill. Sort of kind of like Dexter's Dark Passenger situation. That would have made for a fantastic movie. It would have been real, it would have been realistic, it would have had the horror elements in there that Venom brings in. It would have been an overall better movie, but instead, they just made jokes every time Woody Harrelson opened his mouth. Oh, I don't know what you're saying. How many times you could use that line in a different joke in this film? How many times? I don't know, because they just kept happening. But I'm shitting on this film a lot, because there's a lot to shit on this film about. However, there was some things I did like in this movie. First one, because I didn't like how it was presented, but it was a very smart decision, and that's the end cutscene. No spoilers. I do not do spoilers on this channel, but I did enjoy the end cutscene for the one reason that it was smart. I didn't like the end cutscene. I don't like the future where they're going with Venom. I'll just leave it at that. But it was smart to put that at the end, because it reminded me of a time where I had really bad sex. And it was just awkward. I'm 6'2", she's 4'11", and the sizes just didn't add up. Positioning was weird. I should have stretched before I was catching cramps in my thighs, my calves, all kinds of different low angles, and then you gotta put her on pillows because she's too low, I'm too tall. Terrible sex. But then I guess she was like, I like this guy because, I mean, look at me, who wouldn't?
You serious?
And the oral sex was incredible. And it made me forget about the bad sex because I was taking breaths. I was like, looked over, that was amazing. Because it was. And that's what this film did. It was like, we'll give you a shitty, mediocre movie, but at the end, there's going to be that cherry on top, and you'll forget about the mediocre movie. And that's what the end cutscene was. Wasn't a fan, but it was smart to put that cutscene at the end because it kind of was like, when you leave the theater, you're like, oh, that was such an awesome movie. But it's a trick, like a magician, you know, Andy Serkis. What a magician that guy is for putting that in. But besides that, there was some things I did like about this movie, and they are the Michelle Williams Reed Scott relationship. I thought that was great how it was put in the first film. Logically, it makes sense where they are in the second film, but Reed Scott, he ain't no bitch. He said, I don't got no superpowers like Venom. I know Eddie loves her, but I love her too. And he went after her, put himself in danger, no powers, and I like the guy. Which means in Venom 3, there's going to be that tension of, man, I really like this guy, but Eddie, I want to get back with Eddie, but I like this guy. It's going to have that layer in the film for the audience to be like, the question. And that's going to be nice in that third film. That was the chemistry between Michelle Williams, Reed, and Tom Hardy, that's his name. And Tom Hardy, how they played off the Venom character, I thought that was fantastic, and honestly was some of the best scenes in the movie. The other thing I really liked about this was the bones of the story, as I mentioned before. Him interviewing a serial killer on paper, that sounds amazing, that sounds fantastic. The bones of this film, I wish they were just darker. The characters they fit into them, because these characters are
Terrible.
It's definitely not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's not unwatchable, but I did almost fall asleep a few times because it is kind of boring. It's predictable. Again, the characters are so cartoony between them and the plot conveniences in this film. There's really no investment. The characters just kind of throw that out the window. But the bones, like I said, the bones of the story is great. And then they put the end cut scene on top to send you home happy. But I didn't think it was all that, which is why I gave it a 4.8 out of 10 Wangs. But tell me down below in the comments section, what did you give Venom 2? Let There Be Carnage? Higher, lower? What'd you think about the end cut scene? I don't know. That's what the comment section's for. You gotta tell me, because it's kind of a one-way street until you hit that comment section. Then we can have communication. But enough of me talking. You know what to do next. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video to all your friends, put on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook so everyone can see Strange Wang review Venom 2. And subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.